Good morning, sewing friends. So I wanted to show you my completed bias slip skirt, and I wanted to talk a little bit about bias slip skirts and how they can fit into a casual wardrobe. So I made this pattern. This is a vintage Vogue Elements. I'm going to walk up here and show you. I'll also put it up here. This is a vintage pattern in that I bought this in 1997 or 8, and I did sew it several times. And I shared some examples with you, but I wanted to sew it again. And so I picked out this poly crepe back satin. So it's got a crepe finish underneath and the satin on the outside. It's totally polyester. I think I had it intended maybe for a pair of pants or something, but the skirt just seemed really perfectly suited to it. And these skirts are really on trend. It is cut on the bias, meaning that if your fabric is like this, like imagine this is your piece of fabric, and you turned it 45 degrees, you would cut the skirt shape out of that 45 degrees. So let me show you on the pattern instructions that come from this pattern so you can kind of see the layout here. So you can see they're positioned on the diagonal. So you actually cut them both flat. So you cut a front and a back, and you cut them flat on the fabric like this. So that way there's the rectangle fabric and the bias is what you're cutting it on. Now what that bias does is that bias gives it this beautiful heavy drape. You can see that it's got a nice drape at the bottom here. The bias gives you that. Now I also sewed it with a narrow rolled hem, and I'm gonna step up and see if I can show you that narrow rolled hem. There we go. Okay, and I did this not with a rolled hemming foot, but I did this the sort of the old-fashioned way, where you turn it up about 3/8 of an inch and press, and then stitch 1/8 of an inch away, and then trim away the excess on the inside, and then fold it up again and press and stitch. So I have one of those rolled hem flits, which when my sewing machine is working perfectly, it probably works reasonably well 75% of the time. When my sewing machine is not working perfectly, which is not right now, it doesn't want to work at all. And I got a whole bunch of knots, and of course when you're sewing, the bobbin thread is what actually sews on the outside. So I was like, you know what, forget this. I'm going to do it the old-fashioned way, and it works out fine. So, but styling this skirt, I know a lot of people think, oh, skirts, you know what I mean? I just don't wear skirts anymore. I have this really casual lifestyle. This is so comfortable. I was really feeling today like it was like I needed to have a zero effort life right now, a zero effort day. And I thought, well, I could just put on sweatpants, or I could put on this skirt. And this skirt just does it for me today because it's just, I literally slip it on. I have it on with an athletic tee, as you can see here. It's a little chilly out, so I'm going to show you a couple of sweater options to go with this. But I have it on with an athletic tee, and I have it on with leopard print sneakers, but you could even wear athletic style trainer type shoes. So let me show it to you with a just a fleece sweatshirt that I bought at Plato's Closet, I think. This is a fleece pullover with a quarter zip. This one happens to be a little cropped, which I think looks really cute with this skirt, but don't be afraid to go long, and I'll show you that too. So don't be afraid to go long. So this is a really great casual outfit. It's just really fun, okay? You can wear a denim jacket, you can wear a sweater like this. If you want to go a little bit more upscale, if you want to call it that, although, you know, this is going to hardly be upscale with the gym shoes, but if you want to go a little bit more upscale, try a nicer sweater that's a little bit longer, and go for the whole slouchy look, and then instead of tennis shoes, go for a little pair of slim ankle booties, okay? So then you got this slouchy look, and go for a little pair of slim ankle booties. You might even want to monochrome this outfit a little bit, just because I think it would look really nice. I don't happen to have a sweater in this exact color. I have like a marled sweater, which I might try with this, because that's a similar color. But you get the idea. It's just a really comfortable, easy to wear skirt. You don't really even need to think about it. You just pull it on with whatever t-shirt you feel like wearing, and you're good to go. It is a very simple sew. This is a vintage pattern, but I have a blog post. I've shared a modern pattern that's exactly the same as this. I just really wanted to show you guys the finished result of this particular pattern and how you can style a bias slip skirt like this. Okay, so genuinely go out there, make yourself a bias slip skirt. They are very easy to make. I have an Instagram story series that I'll put on my highlight, and I'll also put it together in some clips in this video that you'll have that show the process of it, because there is a point where you have to hang the skirt before you hem the side seams and the bottom hem. because the bias has to relax, right? And once you've relaxed, you're not going to get any wonkiness here or there once you cut it off and you're finished. I did trim off a couple inches off the bottom of the skirt, and that's intentional because the skirt is made extra long, well, for two reasons. First of all, for taller people, but also it's made a little extra long because you do have to trim off, you know, maybe a half an inch of that excess that falls down sort of when the bias relaxes. So this is a great little bias slip skirt. This is a very relaxed elastic waist. I did not make this one tight. I think it helps skim over any bulges you might have in the body. So if you are worried about any bulges or anything, don't be. This skirt really does a nice job. And if you blouse a sweater or wear something over the top of it, it looks really nice. So definitely make one of these skirts. They're trending for fall. They've been in style for forever. This is a skirt that just is for forever. So make it, wear it, love it. And don't be afraid. There's a lot of really great techniques. I'll post some links to some techniques. I'm sewing this stuff. This is poly, so it really is not. I'm gonna throw it in the washer, throw it in the dryer, and hang it back in my closet. It doesn't wrinkle. It presses really easily. For the most part, it's a little spongy when you press it, when you're working with it, but it's not too bad, right? So that's it. It's a midi bias skirt with a narrow rolled hem. I'm wearing it with jeans and with sneakers and a t-shirt. So for a very casual look, this is a super easy outfit. It's great for traveling if you don't like sitting in a car and being all bunched up in tight-fitting clothing. This is a great way to do that. So it's very easy, but it looks really elegant. So it's a good bang for your buck and an easy sew.